is Inigo Montoya.
Welcome back, Junkie Nation. This is your boy Kenshiro, and it's Monday. We're ready to start off the week really well. We hope you all had a really great weekend. But first, let me introduce the panel. On the right of me, we've got, is that Inigo Montoya? Who is that there?
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Yo, man. I don't even know your father, man. I don't even know you like that. Wait. GQ, is that you?
No. Of course it's me. Only one person has this amazingness and this awesomeness all in one package. So introduce everybody else. Get to it.
Certainly. Moving right along, we got the Big Kahuna joining us with a nice new mic. It sounds really good, too.
Zip it up and zip it out.
Yo, bro, I love those Cyclops glasses. Those are great.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. The great Dadakuji, where you at, brother?
Back in my basement.
Back from Toronto. I hope you had a really good time. His wife picked up a couple of really cool Deadpool issues. They were really cool. If you don't have them on hand, you should.
No, I don't have them with me right here. They're
okay.
upstairs.
Yeah, they're getting framed. Anyway, and also Megashawn is going to join us later. He's getting settled in. He's about to pull into the driveway. As soon as he can, he'll join us on the show. All right, guys. Let's move on to the news of the day. First thing first, we are going to touch on J.K. Simmons being announced as Commissioner Jim Gordon for Justice League. What's your thoughts on that?
Don't like it.
And why?
I also don't like it.
Why not?
Because he was already what the dude's name is, Spider-Man. I don't want to see him as nobody else. And I realized that somebody can move from one to the other, like Christopher Evans being Johnny Storm and being Captain America, but his Johnny Storm sucked. His Captain America is awesome. J.K. Simmons needs to be that character because it was awesome, and that's that. Don't want to see him as Gordon.
GQ?
Yeah, I completely 100% concur with my good buddy Daidakuji there. There is no way in the world the best J. Jonah Jameson in history should ever cross over and be Gordon. Like, I'll give it to Gary Oldman. He nailed Gordon. He had it down. It was awesome. But come on, man. J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson, dude. Come on. Let's just take a listen.
Julia Roberts in a thong. Thanks for the good news.
And that laugh.
I mean, he was literally ripped out the comics.
Exactly.
You're
You're gonna have him play down in the dumps, boring Commissioner Gordon.
Who says he's gonna be boring? Wait a minute.
And
Who says he's gonna be boring? How do you know that?
when okay, wait. Go back. Let's go back to the history of Commissioner Gordon. All the way back, not back to the 40s, but let's go to the 60s show. He was an idiot. Let's go to the 80s movie. Pat Hingle was just a fat dude that played him, and it kind of worked, but whatever. Then you move forward to like Gary Oldman did a great job with him, but it's not like it's like there's nothing to the character. He's just a cop, and that's it. There's nothing special about Jim Gordon. You got to get no. If they're going to reboot Spider-Man, I want JJ back.
Okay.
Period.
All right. All right.
Disney back up 14 Brinks trucks and dump some money on his front lawn. I know he's getting money from farmers, but you guys can give him some extra money. He'll be all right. No and no. No.
I agree. Okay. All right. All right. I agree. I agree. A little bit of a streaming programming note. Zach Games for Real, welcome back. Hope you had a really great weekend. And to answer your question, the chat app had an update, and unfortunately, it's not letting me capture it. So unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see everybody's comments. I promise you that will be fixed tomorrow. It was an unforeseen thing. These things happen. Let's move on. But I will still be able to acknowledge you guys in the chat. So just pay closer attention to the show. Let's move on, guys, to the next news item. Zendaya was cast as Michelle in the Spider-Man reboot. I don't know if you guys have much of an opinion on her. I mean, she skews kind of young. She's a Disney star. She's pretty talented, very good looking, mixed race, and Sony pretty much already came out and said, Sony and Marvel kind of already came out and said she's not going to be a love interest for Peter Parker. Is that a disappointment?
Who's Michelle?
Unknown as of yet.
Okay, she's a Disney chick, so that means she's probably like 20 right now.
Yeah, that's about right.
I have no idea who she is. So
I don't either. I'm like I don't have kids, so I don't watch Kid Disney or Toon Disney or any of those other Disneys, except when it comes for Avengers and Marvel stuff. But I honestly I don't care. I don't have no idea what she looks like. I'm actually kind of done with Spider-Man. I really don't care about Spider-Man anymore. I'm waiting to see what he does in Civil War, and I'm waiting to see what Marvel does with him. They better not even worry about a love interest for him because we've seen every possible love interest we need to see except Felicia Hardy, and I want action now. I don't want no stupid love story dragging the whole movie down.
Fair enough.
I agree, except for I still like Spider-Man.
Okay, fair enough. Agreed. All agree. Fair enough. Okay, guys.
Spider-Man. And I just don't want to see Uncle Ben die again.
Yes, they certainly need they certainly need to skip that. Okay, yeah. Let's move on to another pertinent news item. And this one's kind of hits all the right buttons on the nostalgia kick for us. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles of the 80s, the original Turtles, the ones that we grew up with, are going to make yet another appearance in the Turtles world, this time on the current Nickelodeon show. And as an extra bonus, they've got all the original voice actors from the 4 back in the day, and they're reprising their roles here. It was pretty neat to see and to hear them all back together again. Got thoughts on that, guys?
Yes. And I have to say, I like it. As much as I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the 80s, going back to watch the cartoons, it is a little difficult because just how non-ninja they are and very kiddie, but it still hits that nostalgic note for me. And I loved when they did it in the last Turtles movie for the last TV show that they did, where they had the crossover with all of them. Even though they didn't get all the voice actors back, or any of them for that matter. I'm not too sure if they did. But I saw the little 30-second clip today, and I don't watch that CG Turtles at all. I kind of want to, but I just got so much stuff on my plate. It's like really low. But I'll stop to watch that episode.
Okay. Dakota?
Well, I'm a sucker for nostalgia, so I don't watch that current cartoon, but I am interested in seeing the one with the 80s cartoon. So yeah, that should be pretty cool. And just a little news. Watching wrestling right now. Jericho just turned on AJ.
That didn't take long.
Gave him 2 code breakers.
Oh. Wow. Well, as you guys can see, I have a little bit of a love for the original Turtles, but
you have a
this is
love
my
for
favorite.
you have a love for Raphael, man. You have a love for
Dude, because he's
Raphael.
the only one that has the original comic book look. The only one. But it's also going to be kind of cool to have Master Miller back as the voice of Leonardo. That'll be kind of cool.
Yeah.
For all of you that didn't know, Master Miller in Metal Gear Solid was also Leonardo's voice, and I think he also did Liquid Snake's voice as well.
I thought that was Cam Clark, dude.
Well,
Same
Leonardo.
guy that did a Canada in the original dub.
Well, in the PlayStation, the first PlayStation one, Master Miller's voice was definitely Leonardo. If you go back and play it, you hear Leonardo all day, every day.
Yeah. I could have sworn that was Cam Clark.
Maybe. Either way it goes, Leonardo. But I don't know why Raph doesn't want to stand up all of a sudden. He's getting old. Oh, there he goes. Anyway, that's hilarious. So Jericho didn't even wait till like I don't know the next pay per view to turn on him. That's kind of messed up.
Just turned
No,
on him right away.
they lost to New Day.
Break the walls down.
Uh,
Anyway,
I guess he
whatever.
he thought it was his fault, so he gave him 3
Jer-
code breakers, and now he's shoving their Y2AJ shirt in his mouth.
Ho! We got a new visitor, Dave Curington. Welcome to the chat. We are sorry about the WWE spoilers, but like you said,
that's not spoilers happening live.
No, seriously, it's well, he's on the West Coast. I mean, but he is in Washington right now. But I suppose,
I
but
apologize.
yeah,
I got love for the West Coast.
but he says it's not like he didn't see it coming anyway. So
of course, Y2J can't keep he can't keep a partner for like more than like 2 weeks.
Right.
You knew it was coming. You could tell just from the way he was just looking at him. It's just like, man, I can't wait to just turn on him. It's gonna be awesome. And then of course we get the turn tonight.
oh, Raw's on tape delay out there in California. Man, that blows, bruh.
No, it does.
Really?
When I was out there, I couldn't watch it. I was like, wow, this is weird.
Oh.
It's like 7 o'clock and Raw's on in Michigan, but I can't watch it here. It's so weird. But anyway, sorry. We apologize.
Yeah, we apologize. We'll try and be a little more considerate of that, but you know we're
no
certainly glad to have you.
No more Raw talk.
No more Raw talk. We won't talk about Raw.
Man's supposed to be coming back tonight.
Yeah, I saw him. They posted that on Twitter or something like that. That Shane was there. In any case, let's move on to another little nugget of information that kind of came out. There's a rumor that Schwarzenegger is in talks with the Shane Black to return to the Predator.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper, exactly. I wish I had that clip queued up and ready to go, but I didn't.
Coming back to Predator, I'm gonna get here for you.
Yeah. So, guys, thoughts on that? Is Arnold just really just kind of working out his all of the little last vestiges of fame that he's got? I mean, does he really need to do this?
Arnold transcends any and all. Arnold is a household name and a franchise. That dude can go back to whatever franchises and whatever series he wants because he's earned that right to do it. He basically had an entire decade on his back, him and Stallone, for all the 80s. Like him and Stallone were the 80s action films.
Don't forget
basically,
about
period.
No, he's more 90s.
No, exactly, that's what I'm saying. So like Stallone and Arnold owned the 80s. So he has every right to go back and revisit all those old franchises and do his thing. I hope that it's not going to be trying to be one of those, things where he's trying to get in and essentially be Dutch. And if he wants to continue being Dutch as like later on, that'd be awesome. I think that'd be really awesome. But I don't want him trying to be out there in the jungle fighting the Predator again. Not the same way.
I don't want to see an Austrian Danny Glover running around.
Hey, Zach Games, sorry you can't tune in the rest of the show. Go have fun and recording your video, and make sure you watch the rest of the stream on replay when it's archived on YouTube or on Twitch.
Oh yeah, and vote for me on Sideshow Collectibles video.
Oh yeah. GQ actually entered the Sideshow Collectibles thing. Why don't you tell them a little bit about that, man?
Well, basically what it was is they wanted people to put together like a 1-minute video promoting Sideshow Collectible stuff, obviously. But it was cool. I mean, it's essentially what it was. It's a contest they haven't done in quite a while, so they brought it back. And essentially you're supposed to make like a minute or less video about why you like Sideshow Collectibles, and you got to work in their tag, which is pop culture is our culture. So I decided, you know what, let me join in and hop in there and do it. So if you go over to their YouTube page, I understand that they have a link for a playlist where you have to watch the different contest entries and find my video. I'm in it, so and it's got some of my collectibles back here in it, so you should be able to find it and vote it up, because vote it up. That'd be awesome.
Put the link in the Facebook on the website.
I
We will
got to get to
certainly
that
do
because I
that.
haven't.
We will
Yeah, because as
certainly
far
do
as I
that.
know, as far as I know, they have not yet posted. I mean, as of earlier today, they hadn't posted it up yet. But of course, they're on the West Coast, so they could, be doing it a little bit later anyway.
Right.
And you can
So as
vote
soon
it.
as as soon as that link is available, I will make sure and vote it up every day. One vote per day for you people. Thank you.
All right. Cool. Well, we are hitting our time marks right on time at 10:15. We're gonna move right into talking about the Gotham episode that came on today. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I was watching Creed on a replay with my brother. So really great flick. If you haven't seen it yet, you need to go see it. But GQ and Kahuna watched it. So why don't you guys kind of fill us in on what the show was about and what your thoughts on the show this week?
Go right ahead, Gasona. I got a whole bunch of negatives on that one.
Mm,
I don't have too much to say because I was kind of in and out of it because I really haven't really watched Gotham yet, like fully. But I did want to watch it today for Mr. Freeze. But um, it was okay. I like Hugo Strange. I like his character on Gotham. Um, there is definitely some negatives with Mr. Freeze.
mm-hmm.
About him and his wife. I'm gonna let GQ take over on that one because, like I said, I'm not really familiar with Gotham too much yet. So
That's cool. That's cool.
All right,
GQ.
and for all of those that, then again, I guess they would wait and show that later on the West Coast. But for all those on the West Coast that have not seen it, I'm not even going to spoil it, but I'm just going to put it this way: there are certain things about certain characters that should never be changed, and they changed one of them for him, and I do not like it. It's like it's always been the thing with him, and they took it away. So I'm like, nope, can't do that. That messes the character up too much. But like Kahuna said, I'm loving BD Wong as Hugo Strange. He's owning that role. He plays the role really well. It seems like they're going to do some really crazy stuff with Penguin and twist his mind around. So that looks like that's going to be kind of interesting and awesome. And
yeah,
his experience, yeah.
Penguin's scene in that episode was pretty good also. But isn't Gotham isn't everything changed in that? I think that's one of the things that kind of threw me off about Gotham and why I kind of
Well,
put it on the back burner.
I think the problem is like they're dealing with some of the villains that did only show up when Batman showed up in Gotham, and they're digging a little bit too much into it. Mister Freeze was one of those guys. Yes, he's older than Batman. By nature, he's an older person than Batman is. But the stuff that they changed with him is just almost unacceptable to me. And then Bruce is going through his thing, which is cool. More character development for young Bruce, but it's like too much. It's like if you tinker with it too much, then it makes it just like, yes, I understand it's alternate universe, but this is disgustingly alternate, and it's like it's starting to kind of get on my nerves.
Disgustingly alternate. How about that? And it was really that bad, huh?
Like I said, there are certain things. Like for example, Bruce Wayne. What's his defining thing, and what made him want to become Batman?
His
His
parents'
parents getting
death.
murdered.
Yeah.
If you took that away, who the heck is he now? Because you can't. That's like you can. No matter how you slice it, that's part of his origin. That's what
Yeah, that's
makes
right.
him Batman. Just like saying, okay, Superman isn't from Krypton. He's from like one of Krypton's moons, and for whatever crazy reason, like he was, sent off. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't. Like, there's certain things that have to always be there, and they stole it from Freeze, and I'm like, nope. I'm kind of pissed.
So, for you, the trajectory of Gotham has taken a turn for the worst. How are you liking this season so far?
No, the season itself is fine because again, they're focusing on the villains, but that in and of itself is also the problem. When
Mm-hmm.
they're trying to tell all these villain stories, it's like, hold on, some of these villains didn't even show up until Batman showed up.
Mm-hmm.
So they're painting themselves into a corner.
Oh yeah.
On the plus side, Morena Baccarin is still looking fine, even though she's supposed to be playing pregnant in this. She's still looking good. So
Mm-hmm.
Leslie
Yes, yeah.
Tompkins, I hate to admit, is like a reason to keep watching the show.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Did
You out
you
there?
see did you see the next week's preview? Next week's preview kind of reminded me of GQ's T-shirt.
In what way?
Yep. Oh, you'll see.
Oh, okay.
Just
All right.
look.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
With Bruce's little clip on for next week's previews. It
Uh-huh.
reminds me of that shirt.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Bruce is
Um.
going hard.
So we got a little more time to kill before we move on to the main topic. So Empire, Mike, yes, she is really pregnant. I don't know if she's still pregnant. I think she is still pregnant. I know
What,
she
in
was
real
pregnant.
life?
Yeah, in real life, I thought she was pregnant, and she was playing. Miranda Baccarin was pregnant in real life, and some of the scenes that they
Hold
shot with
up,
her with.
man.
Uh,
Who knocked up one of my mistresses?
I don't know.
I'm not.
I thought she isn't.
I've
She's
not been
married,
paying
or I don't know.
attention.
Maybe she's not married. I don't know. But in any case, we got a little
We're
more
gonna
time to
change
kill.
that.
Yeah. Look out. Anyway, so let's we got a little time to kill. We got about 10 minutes. Let's talk a little bit about Gotham and its trajectory moving forward. I mean, you touched on in GQ. One of my main problems with Gotham as a show in general was that they were taking far too many liberties with the Batman mythos and kind of, in a way they're trying to write their own narrative, but at the same time they, like you said, they're writing themselves into a corner. Um, I finally had to turn off my fan brain off and just enjoy the show for what it was, because I would incessantly nitpick this show apart otherwise, and I wouldn't enjoy it because I would just keep getting mad and annoyed. Do any of you guys kind of feel the same?
I do, and mainly because I don't read the comic books as much as you do. Though I know of the mythos, I know of a lot of the lore. I know that stuff. I'm not a complete noob when it comes to that. They did not have to go that way for this show. If this show is supposed to be the city, the police force, Jim Gordon, that's what they should have had. I mean, I understand people want to see the villains because people want to see Batman. But if you're not going to give us Batman, don't give us the villains. Make stuff up. Make, what Gotham was like before Batman became Batman. Because Gotham, when Batman became Batman, Gotham was still a shithole, a
Mm-hmm.
big one. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously the police force was not doing their job,
Mm-hmm.
and they could have portrayed
Well,
the
hell, half of
hardships
them
that
were
Jim Gordon was
corrupt.
trying
Half
to
of them
do.
were corrupt, and so of course they
Exactly.
weren't
So
doing their jobs.
they should have been focusing on the hardships that Jim Gordon is doing, him trying to be a good guy, him surviving, every once in a while putting somebody away, but a cop show, and focus on him. But people apparently they don't want to watch that. They want to see Batman villains. They want to see Batman because
Mm-hmm.
Batman is the greatest comic book character of all time, as everybody else has stated, I guess. But you know, I stopped watching it after they killed Fish Mooney, supposedly, or maybe they did. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I I just had no interest in going back to it, so I don't know.
Yeah, see, that's what I hated too, because it was like you had Jada playing this super sadistic, evil gangster character, and it was just like, dang, she's owning that role. She looks great in that role. It was a cool story, and then you offer or whatever, or she walked away
Mm-hmm.
from the show or whatever happened, and it's just like, if you guys would have kept with that sort of stuff, if you would have brought in the Roland Daggett or like Rupert Thorne, you could really do well with a good gangster storyline.
Isn't she coming
Keeping
back?
that playing. I have no idea. It was just
Yeah, the
weird.
rumor is that she is going to return.
But I mean, the thing is like, but like Dr. Kuju said, you're trying to bring in all these characters that are really truly tied to Batman. And it's just like, okay, well, we're not going to get Batman for another at least 13 or 14 years, or maybe even more. Because I think he became Batman, what, in his like mid to late 20s or something like that? Or he started off doing the vigilante thing. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, you can't really tell that story when Bruce is still like 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And some of
Mm-hmm.
those villains, like, ugh, some of that stuff is just like, it just hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even so much fanboying over exact details of origins, it's just trying to shoehorn them in there doesn't work.
Exactly, and that in a nutshell is another thing I want to kind of bring up. Some of the people in chat are kind of talking about it right now. Uh, you know, the strong point of Gotham in season one, in my opinion, was uh, was the gang war between the Maronis and Falcone.
Yep.
And even the whole thing with Fish Mooney. The show was dynamite when it focused on that. It was struggling whenever they brought young Bruce in, Selena in, Ivy, who was completely disappeared off the canvas. Thank goodness. I mean, literally everything about Gotham that I wanted to see was tied up in that gang war. They had fantastic actors who were playing the leads in the. I loved um, uh, Boss Falcone. I love Boss Falcone. I love Sal Maroni. Sal Maroni was dynamite in that show, especially
Yep.
his relationship with the Penguin and how the Penguin was kind of going from being Fishes and the Air Boy to being a lackey for Falcone. It was great. I mean Maroney,
Yep.
excuse me. It was
Yeah.
really great. And then all of a sudden near the end of the season, they do away with the whole gang war instead of milking it more. And they could have milked it more instead of shoehorning these villains in there because they were really building something really good, I thought. And then they just dropped the ball in favor of just shoehorning more stuff. And then in a way, they kind of tied themselves into a pretzel doing that. Thoughts?
Basically, 100% agree with you on that. I mean, there was a lot of stuff in the original season that like could have kept going, or they could have, like I said, introduced some of the other gangster characters that we're familiar with, even from the animated series.
Mm-hmm.
And they just basically were like, no, the whole next season is going to be the rise of the villains. And it's just
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah.
okay, the wrong villains are rising because it's still too early for a lot
Right.
of these cats to show up. I
Agreed.
liked the kid that they had trying to basically be the Joker, and then they
Mm-hmm.
just basically turned that away. And it was just
Yeah.
like, every time they had something good going, it's like, let's tear that page out and start over. I'm like,
Uh,
hold on, can we keep it going?
Autumn in the chat made note to say that Carmen Bicandova, who plays Selena, is a good actress. We got to meet her at Motor City Comic Con last year. She is a sweetheart. Uh, she got some creepy questions in the panel that we were covering, and it was kind of it was kind of scary there for a second. But she is a good actress. She's done a lot better this season than she did last season. I thought I liked the growth of Selena's character. I even like the growth of Bruce's character. I think both David Mazouz and her Carmen have kind of grown into the roles, and they're doing
Cameron.
Cameron,
Her name
excuse
is
me,
Cameron.
Cameron, excuse me, and they've grown into the roles and they're doing a really fantastic job. Kahuna, you got any thoughts on Gotham? As far as like season one and its direction and moving forward.
Not really, because I haven't even really watched. Like I said before, I haven't really even watched Gotham because it was like I don't know when it first came on, I tried to watch it and I don't know, it just seemed weird to me and like how they had all these characters in there already and it was I don't know, it kind of threw me off a little bit. So I kind of put Gotham on the back burner, but I do need to go ahead and binge that one day, probably soon.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should. Hey, Dex, welcome back to the show. We did hear that Disney is reviving DuckTales, and that new picture did come out today. It's kind of been known that they're reviving DuckTales, so we've kind of known that for a little while. Goofy Chick 313, welcome to the chat. The Joker storyline says the Joker storyline was good. The ambiguity and who he really is who really is the Joker is something that they can continue to tease. Yes, they can. Um, and if it does turn out that Jerome, is really the Joker, I'm going to like that a lot because I think the guy that played him was, I mean, fantastic. Now, them turning around, and killing him, like the way they did, I thought was kind of stupid. Um, oh yes, and that's the other thing. Autumn and Goofy Chick 313 kind of brought up in the chat. Edward Nigma has really turned it around, has really become a really pivotal character in this series. I thought the whole story arc with him and his love interest, and kind of the way that kind of tragically ended, because it looked like he was finally, making inroads and really gonna get with her and stuff like that, and then turns around and chokes her out.
Hold on, he did get with her.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like as far as like building something moving forward, and then it kind of
No,
tragically
no.
turned.
Riddler, Edward, Nigma, all logical men are hit it and quit it people. It's conquer, move on to the next one.
But that wasn't
So,
his thing though. I mean, he wanted to
yes,
be
it
with
was
her.
apparently because he did it.
What? That was an accident. We know that was
There
an
are no
accident.
accidents in life. There is only strategy.
Well, we know the evil one's perspective. So okay, so we got
I'm not evil.
yeah. Evil is a I
Point
know
of
it's
view.
a point of view. I know. Okay, so we've about hit 10:30. Show's moving along really, really great. We thank you all for joining us, and we're having a really great time. So we hope that you will stick around and join us for the last half of the show. And we're going to move on to our main topic. Our main topic is Young Justice. Young Justice. Today is our animation day, and over the weekend, I kind of binged Young Justice, and it's been getting a lot of pub lately because everybody knows that it abruptly ended. It was season two, got canceled by Cartoon Network because it wasn't making enough money with toy sales and some such that whole nonsensical thing. Um, but apparently there's a really good chance that it may be revived on Netflix for season three, and the producers and the voice actors and stuff like that really were championing for people to binge watch it on Netflix this weekend and show people, get the attention of Netflix and let people know that they still love it and they want to see it come back. I partook in that, and it reminded me just how good the show really was. I mean, it really was really really good. It touched on a lot of good points, and it was the last serious action show that we have on TV animation wise. That's not originating from Japan. It's completely American made.
I feel
Um,
that they're already going to be bringing it back. They're just trying to hype everything up, so that's what that whole
you,
little
you know,
binge everything is.
and a lot of that I think is really on point, Kahuna. I think you definitely hit the nail on the head there because I mean it's been getting so much hype from everybody, from Carrie Payton who voiced Aqualad, from Danica McKellar at even posted stuff. The voice actor of Wally West was posting stuff. It was like they're in on a secret that they can't announce yet. You know. Um, and with Netflix's you know seemingly willingness to extend or rescue shows that were previously canceled, I think things are looking good. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about Young Justice. Let's revisit the show a little bit, and then we're going to move on to talking a little bit about shows that we kind of also want to see get resurrected, moving forward. So GQ, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what you felt about Young Justice and all the notes that it kind of hit. So go ahead and I'll give you your time.
Well, here's the thing with me and Young Justice. Young Justice to me, great show. However, Justice League and Justice League Unlimited were better. I would have rather seen Justice League continue and not really turn into, as some have called it, the not so much the B team, but just basically like the bring your copycat doppelganger younger version of yourself to work. I personally think that this is essentially like Kahuna said. They probably already started on it. It's probably basically halfway done. They just want to hype it up. And to me, if they cancel it again, then that just means to show that it's like, okay, they were just BSing and getting the fans all hyped for nothing.
Hmm.
Because it's like if they were going to base it on toy sales, I honestly, I've walked into many a toy store, comic book store, and blah blah blah, and I didn't see any real Young Justice like toys on the show. Same thing with
Hmm.
that Green Lantern show.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
can't
I don't
remember
remember.
seeing any Young Justice toys at all.
Right, so it's like if the toys aren't there in the store, how are people supposed to buy them if you want all this toy support and blah blah blah? So it's like, I think it's this silly game that they've been playing a lot lately, and it's like, look, Netflix apparently has got a ton of money because a lot of these studios are going to them to get some of these shows like done or either getting these shows put on them exclusively. So they've got cash. So them greenlighting or helping greenlight another or a third season of Young Justice, it's just a business deal. I really honestly don't care so much about the narrative of the show or
Hmm.
continuing any storylines or any of that stuff because there's other cartoons that really kind of deserve that. I mean, you bring back Pac-Man and Donkey Kong for all I care.
uh,
As long as this, because it's like the money is obviously there. The money's going to be made. Warner Brothers has got plenty of money
mhm.
because they're already putting a ton of money into this Batman Superman as they've been advertising it for the last almost 2 years. So
Right,
they've got cash.
right.
So I'm really getting tired of this whole,
The
oh, let's get the
excuses,
fans behind
the
it. Oh, let's
excuses.
get the Kickstarters. It's like,
Hmm.
skip all that. You guys got billions of
Hmm.
dollars. Do these
Hmm.
things or don't do them. Let's
Right.
stop talking about it.
Real quick, in the chat, Tony Young is a new visitor to the show. Welcome, Tony. We're glad to have you. He's coming from the Extraordinary Journey of a Black Nerd group. We love that group. They give us a lot of love. Jamal is a friend of Culture Junkies, and he's hope we can get him into the show or at least watching the show and be in the chat at some point. So go back and tell him that we appreciate them all, and we look forward to having them more involved with the show moving forward. Now, Dex also brought up something that that reportedly is a rumor about Cartoon Network and even Mattel, saying that some say that they were upset about about there were a lot of girls that were watching Young Justice, and since girls don't buy superhero action toys, that extra audience upset them, so they canceled it. I mean, if that's the truth, how how I don't even have words for that. That's beyond stupid. So stupid. I can't even believe they would do something like that. That.
Honestly, I don't even think. Before you jump to that, I don't even think it was a toy thing. I think it's just BS because
Mhm.
nowadays the ratings have changed.
Mhm.
You can't gauge a show the same way you used to be able to gauge it back in the time when we were watching stuff.
Right.
And if you missed it when it came on, you better hope there was a rerun.
Mhm.
Nowadays, you can watch it whenever the hell you want to watch
That's
it.
that's very
You
true.
DVR it, you record it, you watch it later, you binge watch it on Netflix, you buy the seasons like I do. So for them to say, "Oh, there's not enough viewers or not toys,"
Mhm.
bullshit.
You
Just
know,
be honest.
yeah, and you bring up another good point. Even about the toys. Properties that aren't owned by Cartoon Network have been subject to some really shady scheduling. I mean, it's like they would give it a time slot, and then they would show it for a few weeks, just when you're getting used to it, and all of a sudden they would yank it. They would yank the show and like not put it on for like a whole bunch of months or something like that. Meanwhile, over in Canada, they're getting everything uninterrupted, and stuff like that. I mean, come on. I mean, the Thundercats show was victim of the same thing. The Thundercats show, Justice League when it first premiered, fell victim to that. That shady scheduling type stuff and abruptly pulling it to show in favor of their own products. And I think that speaks a little bit more to why Young Justice kind of failed, and even Green Lantern failed, and all the DC shows, the DC block failed. Is that I think Cartoon Network sabotaged it. That's just my opinion. But Dadakuji, let's get some of your thoughts about Young Justice.
Well, I quite enjoyed the show. I like DC's animation as a whole. I think it is light years be ahead of Marvel's animation. Starting with the Batman animated series and moving on up. I do have to disagree with GQ, though. I really liked Justice League and Ultimate Justice League, or whatever the hell they called it. It started to kind of wane towards the end and not really get good because they were trying to showcase other superheroes that a lot of people don't have interest in. Whatever. I enjoyed the show, but I thought Young Justice was amazing. I think it was the perfect tone. It was pretty dark. Some of the setups were it didn't feel kiddie at all to me. Like, I don't watch Teen Titans Go, which is to me is like the worst thing they could have done. I don't know why they did that. Other than they just want to get the young kids to watch it, brainless, mindless. I mean, they could have did those characters with anybody and did the exact same show and not tarnish Robin or Beast Boy or Raven or whatever. They didn't have to tarnish those characters, in my honest opinion. I didn't watch too much of the Teen Titans that came ahead of that one. I'd like to watch that one. I have it on a website that I want to watch that I won't talk about right now. But Young Justice is a show that I want to see again. I mean, I was upset when they freaking ended it, and I'm like, "There's no more? Are you kidding me?" This show it's great. I mean, with that and the Green Lantern show, if we're going to talk about that a little bit later,
Hmm.
those two shows to me were just done real well. And no toy sales, who cares? I don't care about this stuff. You're supposed to. I guess when it comes to people making money, they're not looking at what people enjoy. They're not really looking at any of that stuff. If there's not enough money flowing in, they don't give a care, so they cancel it, try to move on to the next. And I guess that's why we get Teen Titans Go, because apparently the money's flowing in because they can sell dumb shit, T-shirts or toys, and get all the kids that listen to this brainless music nowadays to watch a brainless TV show. So I don't know.
No, you are absolutely right. Real quick, let me extend a welcome to Eugene Anderson II. Welcome to the show. We are glad to have you. Yes, you are right. I mean, Young Justice being on Netflix would be a great thing. And Teen Titans Go is a let's not go there. I mean, we could spend a long time on Teen Titans Go.
It's a cancer.
It is a cancer. I mean, it has its moments, but man, does it? It worked better for me when it was a show, short on the DC Nation block. It was much better. It was much better then. To me, I mean, I just can't. I just can't take it. I mean, because like to me, it's going to pervert. It's going to pervert what kids really know of the Teen Titans, and anytime they see the Teen Titans moving forward, they're going to be like, "Why isn't it goofy like this other show was?" Whatever. So moving on, Kahuna, give us some of your thoughts on Teen Titan. I mean, not Teen Titans. See, now I got that damn Teen Titans go on my brain. Kahuna, give us some of your thoughts on Young Justice and your hopes for the future if it comes on.
Young Justice, man, I really love that show. I didn't come into Young Justice like while it was airing. I think I came into it about maybe towards the second season, and what I did is I went back and I downloaded all the first season, and I all watched that, and I loved it, man. I loved Aqualad was my dude. I mean, he was what Aquaman should have been. I just love the show, and I mean, I really hope that they do come up with a part 3. 'Cause I was like Datakuji. I'm like, I'm watching this, and then I find out there's no third season. I'm like, what the hell? They just left us hanging, and it was a really good show.
Especially the cliffhanger that they left us on.
Exactly. So I wasn't aware when they left the cliffhanger that I didn't know that it wasn't going to be a third season. So I'm waiting and I'm searching, then finally find out that there's not going to be a third season. Yeah, I was pretty bummed about that. So like we said earlier, like GQ said, they're probably already halfway done making season 3 already. They're just getting that hype train up so everybody can watch it. So yeah, I hope definitely that we get a season 3.
Definitely. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome to the chat the one and only Mega Sean. What's up, man? Glad to finally have you with us.
Oh man, it's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
So real quick, we're talking about Young Justice, and as you told me, is one of your favorite shows in recent history. So share some of your feelings of Young Justice and your hopes for it maybe coming back.
Well, yeah, as I take a break until Archer comes back on, I wasn't like I never watched. I never watched the show until it was on Netflix last year, I believe, and then
season 1.
I heard that they were bringing season 1, and then I heard they were bringing out season 2 a couple of months ago, maybe a month ago. So then, maybe like 2 months ago. So then I watched it, and then I was hit with the cliffhanger, and I think I remember asking y'all when I watched the first season, like, where's the third season at? And I was like, there isn't one.
There isn't one.
Right. So definitely would like to, definitely would like for them to drop that. But what I would like to see more of is just because I've never, I'm aware of Batman, and as GQ said, I'm aware of everybody's doppelganger, but I wasn't able to get much of Icon. It was like I would have liked for him to have stayed and maybe helped when everybody else went to defend themselves. But it was like, okay, hey, I was like, hey, wait a minute, who's the brother? And he was gone.
Yeah,
he was gone until
basically the Black Superman before Black Superman became popular. But no, but and to your point, the representation of people of color in that show was really good. I mean, you had Bumblebee, and she had a really good prominent role there in season 2. She really did. I mean, working as Ray Palmer's lab assistant, she wasn't no slouch. She was a smart, cute little black girl. You had Malcolm, who became Guardian. Even though Guardian was always not Jim Corrigan. It was somebody. Jim Harper. Jim Harper was Guardian. Yeah, well, he was kind of soft. I mean, but hey, man, that's whatever. I didn't think he was that soft. But no, but seriously,
they're trying to save the world, and he over there arguing about
with his girlfriend.
I feel
you. Hey, man, but Rocket was my girl, and I wanted her to get more play. Even when they introduced her in season 1, I was like, "Oh, Rocket's in there, sweet." Icon's in there, sweet. And Jules in the chat. Jules bring up something. We didn't see Vixen in Young Justice, which was okay because if you want to trade Vixen and in return you get Rocket, Bumblebee, Malcolm, and Icon, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it all day. I'll take it all day. Blue Beetle is another person of color in the show. Um, let's see.
But
I
but I
want to
mean,
say
but
Zatanna,
didn't
but maybe not. Go ahead.
well, she was in there for a little bit, but didn't the great McDuffie make sure that Vixen was in Justice League
Um,
Unlimited?
yes, he did. Before his passing, he made sure she was in there, and the late great Dwayne McDuffie, rest in peace. I mean, it looks like James Tucker is picking up right where he left off, and doing a quality job with Young Justice. But seriously, people of color were represented really well in Young Justice, and I thought that was one
Wasn't
of the
Blue
brighter
Beetle like
points.
Hispanic or something,
Well,
or Puerto
yeah,
Rican?
Blue Beetle was Hispanic, and what's his name? Forget Static was in season 2. The creation of Static was in season 2. They had that Japanese girl who could I think she could teleport or something like that. I think. Um,
Yeah, and then
yeah, she could
they had the
teleport, and
Indian
then
kid.
they had the Indian
Oh, I'm
kid.
sorry,
Now,
the Native American
no,
guy.
no, no. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. The Native American guy, but and to me, the way his powers worked, I think they were channeling Apache Chief, because literally his avatar always grew really big, just like Apache Chief did back from the Super Friends. So really, no. Let's move on. We got 15 minutes left in the show. Let's revisit some of the shows that we would love to see kind of come back. Dex, I'm kind of mad at you in the chat because you were stealing my thunder, my friend. They should have continued Avengers: Earth Mightiest Heroes. That's number one. They should have continued that because that was far superior than that Avengers Assemble crap. Number two, I would love to see Green Lantern the animated series come back. I thought they were doing a really great job. I was really invested with the characters. I think it represented what Green Lantern was before, um, much better than the movie ever did. And finally, just for my third, and I'll let the guys kind of talk. I would love to see Spectacular Spider-Man come back. That was the best Spider-Man cartoon I have ever seen. It was really that good. It hit all the notes. It hit all the notes. So real quick, GQ, which shows would you want to come back from the dead if Netflix or Amazon could rescue it?
Honestly, I don't care if it's Netflix or Amazon. I'd rather just be on TV because I'm getting tired of all these. Oh, you gotta watch, gotta buy this service to get it. But
But
the original
Batman the animated
needs
series,
to
yeah.
make a comeback. The only one that ever mattered was Batman the animated series. Then you kind of moved into his predecessor, Batman Beyond. Probably needs to make a comeback. Now you see why I don't need Netflix, because I have all this stuff right here. I can watch it whenever the hell I want. I wouldn't even mind seeing the dumb blue boy come back. Who knows? But I don't really want Young Justice. Bring this back. This was far superior to me. I don't want the United Nations of Heroes anymore. I don't care about diversity. I don't care about all of that. I want the Justice League.
Now you are going to kind of get your wish with that JLA show. They're going to come back, but I think it's going to be more like Teen Titans Go.
No. If they do that, then they're dead to me.
Yeah, I think they're going to do it like Teen Titans Go.
I'll go find Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill and steal all of the proceeds from Batman versus Superman and add $5 on top of it. Just to have them do their own cartoon and let them do like a multitude of voices for some other great cartoon, because hell no. You don't mess with the Justice League like that. You don't turn it into Teen Titans Go.
Right.
That's
Kahuna.
stupid.
Kahuna, what shows do you want to see come back? Animation shows, by the way. Let me put this in the chat real quick. Today's theme is animation. If you've seen our schedule, today's theme is animation. So, what animated shows would you want to see return from the dead?
Definitely Young Justice. I wouldn't mind, like GQ said, another Justice League, and Batman animated series. Man, I would just love for those to come back. That would just be awesome.
Okay, come on, Datakuji. Which ones would you want to come back?
I mean, if we're going to talk about DC shows, Batman Beyond, definitely, I think it was premature that it died. That was like the first premature, in my honest opinion, that died. Like, there's so many stories they could have told with that. They could have kept the lore going. I don't know what was the deal with that. If they, excuse me, when they bring back Young Justice, I'm going to say when, because I'm assuming they're going to do it. If they're going to do a Justice League as well, it should be in the same universe, in the same tone as Young Justice, because like I said, Young Justice was probably one of the darkest ones that they put on television. and like I said, I enjoyed it. And if they had Justice League, don't stray too far from the original one, but keep the tone of Young Justice, and then Young Justice where you got your sidekicks has their own show, the main ones have their own show. Every once in a while they cross over. I think that would be fantabulous. And Green Lantern, I'm telling you, when that show got canceled, it pissed me off. Because first off, green is the best color in the world. That's what anybody says.
A little biased there, ain't you?
I love green because when green disappears from your wallet or the trees, we got a problem. Best color in the world. But I love the Green Lantern show because I don't know much about Green Lantern. I watched that dumbass movie and it wasted my life watching that movie. And yes, I want to read the comics. I still have intentions of finding Darkest Night, like the graphic novel, so I can read the whole
Blackest Night, sir.
Blackest Night, whatever they call it. I want it because I want to read it from beginning to end, and I don't want to search for individual issues. I don't care like that. I need to read the entire story.
Well, I think we might be able to help you with that. You know, we're fellow
That'd be
junkies,
awesome.
so we'll be able to help you with that.
Just the story, and I realized that the comic book storyline and the TV show storyline was a little bit different, but I still like just the outer space.
Tony Young agrees with you, by the way. Green is the best color. Fact. He says.
Thank you. It is a fact. I like the whole universe that they were setting up. Even though I don't know much about the Blue Lanterns and the Orange Lantern, even though I know there's only one Orange Lantern, and all the other colors lanterns, I think they could have really, really done something special with that, knowing what I know, the little bit that I know about in the comic books, where different superheroes get Green Lantern rings, and apparently there was wars and all that stuff. They had a lot that they could go on, and boom, they killed it. So if we're going to talk about DC animations, just those recently that got killed prematurely, I want those back.
Okay. I was really opening it up to anything, but you kind of shot your load. So, Megashawn, go ahead.
I could talk about.
Yeah, I know you could. I know you could. Megashawn, I need to kill you right now. Did you seriously just say bring back GoBots? This fool said bring back GoBots. No, he said bring back GoBots. Kahuna said, you need to get shot, sir. You need to get shot, man. You need to get. I'm gonna come find you, man. Anyway, Megashawn, go ahead. Which ones do you want to bring back?
Definitely, as the legendary GQ said, Batman the animated series, and if I could somehow get some episodes that McDuffie had put his hands on, but didn't release, some episodes of Justice League or Justice League Unlimited, and for the cherry on top, SWAT Cats.
Oh my man! Oh my man! Yeah, okay. So SWAT Cats for you. Okay, that's pretty good. Now you guys all disappoint me. All of you. Not one of you said gargoyles. Not one.
You didn't let me finish. I told you I could have gone on.
Look, no, I gave all y'all ample chances. Y'all should have said gargoyles.
No, I didn't have an ample chance because I said if we're going to just be talking about DC animation, remember I prefaced that. I said if we're going to be just talking about DC animation, this is what I want to say. But that's not all I want to say. I can talk about animated. I don't want to see come back.
Yeah, the cast is what made gargoyles.
Yeah, if they can bring that cast back with Keith David and Sally Richardson,
Jonathan Frakes.
That cast was fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. But if they don't do that's another show that I'd love to see come back. Is Gargoyles is one of them. I would love, because that was another one that Disney had a great tone to it. It wasn't like the rest of the kiddie shows, and kids could watch it, but it was like the tone is what made a great, and as well as the story and the animation. It had the trifecta with the tone, the story, and the animation, as well as the quafecta. I don't know if that's a word or not, but you had the voice cast, which was absolutely fantabulous.
Here's the problem with that though. It's Disney is because obviously it was a Disney property, so
obviously
unless they decided to spin it off and give it to Miramax Animation or something like that, they're not going to be able to bring it back the way it needs to be brought back. Because that show needs to get even darker than it was. Because nowadays it's not even really dark if you compare it to some of the stuff that's out on TV right now.
Oh well, animation-wise, more than likely. But another one I throw out there is I love G1 Transformers nostalgically. Trying to watch anything after the third season kind of hurts my heart. But I'd love for them to bring back G1 style animation and characters with the Transformers.
Prime.
Did they call it? Yeah, Prime like tone to it, and get rid of the freaking humans, or maybe have Spike. Okay, Spike and his dad could be there.
No, they ruined the show to begin with.
They didn't ruin it that
No,
much.
no
Not as
spark
much
plug,
as
no
Steve and
spikes.
Prime.
I'm sorry, no spark plug, no spike, man.
Well, okay,
Get the
whatever.
human element out,
You
like
guys don't
Megashawn
want it,
always
you don't
says.
need
Get
it,
the
but
human
when I say
element out.
G2
Get him
or
out.
G1, but just have the G1 style, but Prime storylines,
Why don't
Prime feel.
they put some black humans in there? That'd be
Right,
interesting.
that would be interesting.
Or some Mexican humans.
Mhm.
I think they need to have like some different people.
All right, moving right along.
Then
We're
if
gonna
that's the case,
we're going to bring up some of the ones in the chat. Brave Star. Well, Waffles is in the chat over on Twitch. Hey, Waffles, how you doing? You really need to get on these shows, bro. You need to get on these shows, man. You need to get on the shows, man. Anyway, he brought up that there was a Kickstarter to bring SWAT Cats back last year. I don't know how successful. Obviously, it didn't make that much traction. So,
give me 10 seconds, real quick. Stop with the Kickstarter. I'm tired of Kickstarter this, Kickstarter that. Some of these companies need to own up to it, do some nostalgia stuff, and do it right. Let's skip all this Kickstarter because daggone it, we still ain't got Mighty Number 9.
Dude, they don't want to put their own money into it. That's why they want your money. So if it fails, they don't lose anything.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
If I put my money up, then give me the whole thing for
give
free.
me the rights. Yeah, give me the rights. If you're gonna make me pay for it, give me the rights.
If I put money up for
give me the rights. If you're gonna make me pay for it. Anyway, they see Jules brought up. Oh, Tony Young, you my man. The Galaxy Rangers, man. The Galaxy Rangers. That was pretty sweet. You didn't like the Galaxy Rangers?
No.
What? You didn't like the Galaxy Rangers?
It's all with all the Silverhawks and all that other stuff.
Wow.
I got one. I have one that almost tops everything.
What's that?
Go 13.
My man. No, well, see, no.
Somebody's got to make it. Somebody's got to bring it. Somebody. Just bring it back.
Bring. Okay. All right, my man. You know we love you and I. You like almost on the same level, even though you haven't been a fan as long as I have. But you and I on the same level with Mr. Duke Togo, man. Oh man, I would love to have Go 13 on back on. Let's see. Tony Young said Johnny Quest. Kahuna says Mask.
Brothers, bro. Screw Johnny Quest. Just watch the Adventure Brothers.
Okay, let's see. Daito in the chat brought up Cowboys and Moo Mesa. That might.
Cadillacs and dinosaurs, if that's the case.
Right. Autumn in the chat brought up Chippendale Rescue Rangers. And speaking of Disney shows, Dave Caldwell's in the chat. Hey, Dave. He says that he thinks that the new DuckTales show looks terrible. Now, I'll say this about
the curmudgeon.
Yeah, the curmudgeon's in the chat. That's gonna be that's your junkie name, buddy. The curmudgeon. That's your junkie name. I wanted to go with D negative, but curmudgeon is a lot better. So the DuckTales show actually, it looks like it's ripped right from those Uncle Scrooge books. So the look isn't exactly what you're used to, but it is to me. It looks like what the old artists from the Uncle Scrooge books had. So I think it's good. Dex is anime on the table. Dex anime wasn't intended to be on the table, but I let it slide because I'm biased towards Go 13. So there's that. Saber, Darkwing Duck would be another good one. But let's see what non Disney show. Animaniacs. How about Animaniacs?
I don't know if they could do
Animaniacs is as good as it could ever be.
Yeah,
okay.
Because remember when Ren and Stimpy came back,
and
it
wasn't
horrible?
Quite as good. Yeah,
I think
it wasn't quite as good.
With Animaniacs, and I
wasn't quite as good.
When Ren and Stimpy came back, I was like, what the fuck was I watching before?
Oh,
right, it was terrible.
Eugene Anderson said Thunder the Barbarian.
Maybe.
Let's see.
Telling you, man, I want Mask to come back.
Mask.
Yeah, Ninja 14 did say, even though we kind of touched on it already, would anybody like to see them continue that Thundercats show they did a few years back?
I hear that they're supposed to.
No. Why? What's the problem?
Here's how Thundercats needs to start. Lionel needs to be a badass from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
Not a kid, a badass.
Mm-hmm.
Snarf needs to get killed in the first 2 seconds of the episode.
Snarf, snarf.
The first 2 seconds, like right after the title, first shot is Snarf's face, and then a gunshot goes right
Stop.
to his head.
Hold up, stop.
Then-
Freeze real quick.
This man.
This dude Simon says in the chat said bring back cops.
Hey, fighting crime in the future time. That show was awesome.
No. See,
guess who was in charge?
Yeah.
Guess who was in charge?
Yeah, who's in charge? Yeah, oh yeah, BP Vest was that dude. He was that dude. BP Vest was that dude.
S curl?
Yes, he was. That Superman S curl, bro. I'm sorry.
Dude, I always wanted long arms handcuff.
Hey, he had the coolest ability though. I mean, he was throwing out them cuffs like, like that. Anyway, no.
Hold on. Cisco, Kahuna, are you secretly into bondage or something?
Uh-oh.
No comment.
That's what I thought. Fighting crime in a future time.
I knew he was.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what, Junkie Nation? If you guys didn't know, this dude Christopher Reeves in the chat, aka Simon Says, he can rattle off to you the entire roster of the Cops crew to this day. Still,
Yes, you can.
none of us could do it. GQ put on. We were over at his house in the dungeon down there, and he put on Cops.
You guys call it
and
the dungeon? This place is paradise.
it is. It's the dungeon of greatness. Anyway, no, he put on the show, and he started rattling off names, and we were like, "Hold up, bruh, how many can you remember?" And he just kept on going. It's one of them. It's one of them useless information things. Anyway, guys, it's 11 o'clock. This has been a fantastic show. It's been really great. We hope you all have had a lot of fun. So tomorrow we're going to have our debate show game. We will come up with the topic that we're going to all debate together. I'm sorry about the chat again. It will be back up tomorrow. I promise you. It will definitely be back on tomorrow. Who will be joining us tomorrow? Maybe one of the ladies that's in the chat. Maybe either Autumn or Crystal or Lena. Maybe finally will be on the show with us tomorrow. Visitors from Planet EJOBN, please come back. We need more. Bring them all with you. Tell all your friends how much you enjoyed the show, and bring them back with you. The more people that are in the chat, the better the show's going to be. I promise you guys that. So this has been a really great show, and I want to thank all my fellow junkies, GQ, Megashawn, the Great Daidakuji, and the Big Kahuna. We were going to see you guys 24 hours from now. See you later.
Shout out to everybody that was in the chat, though, because that chat was off the hook.
Chat was
23
off the
hours
hook, man.
from now.
23 hours. 23 hours.
24 hours to show you'll miss
Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. Yes, you're absolutely right. We'll see you guys 23 hours from now. Hasta mañana.
Bye, everybody. Remember, green, best color.
Black.
Green.
Blacks of colors, all colors.
Blue.
Green.
Blue.
The absence of color is the best color.
No, it's not the absence of color. It depends on how you're looking at it. Absence of color in light, all colors in color.